Hello, good morning. This is Jose Garcia from the Professional Services of Danisoft. We want to welcome to our workshop about Intel products, about oneAPI. The person who will be in the charge of the workshop today will be Carlos Garcia. Carlos Garcia is professor in the Universidad Complutense de Madrid, and he's an expert in high performance computing, and he knows the products of Intel, and he's usually the expert who is in charge of this kind of workshops. I will present for the customer that actually is currently using Parallel Studio, how will be the transition from Parallel Studio to oneAPI. Intel is aware about the people who is using Parallel Studio now will do the transition from this Parallel Studio to oneAPI, and they prepare this transition without no disruptions. All Parallel Studio components will be available in oneAPI toolkits, and there will be another new components also disponible to the actual users. One very good news is that all the people who will have oneAPI will this oneAPI will include the tools for Windows and for Linux in the same package. Now in Parallel Studio you have Windows or Linux. In the new tool you will have both of them. We will see now the components that we have in Parallel Studio and the components that we will it will be available in oneAPI. Now, in the products for direct programming in Parallel Studio is C++ compiler, Fortran compiler, and the distribution for Python. In this dark blue, there are the components that will be in the high performance computing toolkit. In the clear blue, the components that it will be available in base toolkit, and in orange we will have we can see now the new components. In this area of direct programming, we will have all the compilers that we have now with C++ compiler and Fortran and the distribution of Python. We will have new compiler for Fortran, beta compiler that is available for this cross-platform architecture that is the main target of oneAPI, and we will have a new compiler for C++ for DP C++, the new C++ that is available in oneAPI for this cross-platform. We will have the compatibility tool too for migrate code, and this add-on for FPGA, the toolkit for FPGA in order to adapt our code to this kind of processors. In AP programming, now in the left side we have the actual components of the Parallel Studio in this clear blue, and in the right side we have that the MPI library we will be in the HPC toolkit, in the high performance computing toolkit. The others libraries, math kernel, data analytics, 3D building blocks, and integrated performance primitive, we will be in the base toolkit too, but we will have new components, new libraries. One library for DPC++, the new C++, this kind of C++ prepared to work in the cross-platform. We will have one video processing library, one collective communication library, and one deep neural network library. Okay, Carlos Garcia in this through these workshops will explain in detail all the products and libraries, components, and so that is included in oneAPI. Okay. And in the analytics tool, we will have the same tools that we have now in Parallel Studio, but Intel Inspector, Intel Trace Analyzer and Collector, and Intel Cluster Checker, we will be in the High Performance Computing Toolkit, and VTune Profiler, Advisor, and the Debugger will be in the base toolkit. How will be the transitions to the new editions? In oneAPI we will have a base toolkit and this HPC toolkit. The actual users of the component edition and the professional edition of Parallel Studio will do the transition to oneAPI with both toolkits. They will be available the access to the two toolkits, but with single node. They will have access to Linux, Windows, DPC++, C++, Fortran, so on, in single node, and the customer that actually is working with cluster edition, we will have the same toolkits but with multi-node. In both situations, the advantage of the transition is very clear because the operating system, the compilers, and so on. About licensing, the actual license of Intel will change from one kind of license to other, but the main point is that the developer who has actually named user license, we will do the transition to a named user license 2. The customers who has 2 seats floatings, we will do the transitions to 2 concurrent users with a max of 10 developers supported. If is 5 seat floating, the transition is to 5 concurrent users with 25 developers supported as maximum. And about the process of upgrade, it's important to know that if you are under active support, you can do the renovation of code, the renewal. You can call us or put in contact with your usual commercial, ask for this renewal, and then you will have the offers, promotions, and everything that is around the renewal in this moment. You know that our commercial people are usually very engaged with our customer, and they want to find the best promotion, the best offer for each situation. But you have to know that if you have expired this support, you can ask for the renovation of this support too. It's not in the same conditions that the people who is under active support, but of course you have the choose to have this renewal of to gain the maintenance of the product and begin to work in oneAPI. Is in the same in this moment. You can touch in contact with Danisoft, with our commercial people, and they explain you everything about the renewal, the offers, everything. And the transition then to oneAPI is possible for every kind of customer with under active support or with expired support. It's important to know that we are talking about base toolkit and HPC toolkit, but under this umbrella of native code toolkits, we have another two, Internet of Things toolkit and rendering toolkit. Internet of Things toolkit is a toolkit where you can find C++ and DPC++ compiler and other tools and libraries targeting to develop applications or develop projects for the edge computing, Internet of Things, with everything about connection in the edge of each point of the net. Is specifically designed for this kind of application. And with a rendering toolkit, is the same. Is the target is develop applications where the focused on visualizations, video, augmented reality, and the typical, for example, application for security in industrial chains, or in the street, or in central commercials for security and visualization, video, and so on. Okay. Intel announced that in the future will be another kind of toolkits, but at the moment the toolkit that are available for people are these four toolkits. And well, how I said, if you have or you want more information or more detailed information about the transition or about the renewal, you can take contact with us in the commercial department, and our people will be very happy to try to help you in this renewal or in this transition to the new API.